Main Street's optimism fell last month, according to a National Federation of Independent Business survey released today. Here to discuss this change amid higher inflation is Javier Palomares, founder and CEO of the U.S. Hispanic Business Council. Javier Palomares, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Javier, a survey by the National Federation of Independent Business said small business optimism fell last month. What's driving this?
You know, I think Americans are living a life of two realities right now. If you look at key metrics, jobs numbers are looking good. Unemployment is at 3.5%. GDP grew 2.2%. Pre-pandemic, it grew 2.1%. Consumer spending is up by 8% last month. Home values remain high. All of those metrics bode very well for us. But stubbornly, we see some other key indicators. Inflation continues to be a bit high. It's at 3.5%. It's not where we want to be. But I think it's important to remember, last summer we were at 9.5%, and it has steadily decreased month after month for about 13 months. But we still have that psychology of, an inflation that's a bit high. We see some looming strikes with the auto workers, the continuing strike with the writers, and a near miss with UPS in terms of a strike. So those kinds of things still loom in the psychology of the American people, and certainly Hispanic and small businesses.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that are concerning small business right now. Now, what can small businesses do to hedge against the effects of inflation?
I think we continue to do what we do, offer the best work environment for our employees. It's increasingly difficult to find the right employees and the right skill sets, and even more difficult to maintain and retain your employees. It's a difficult market when it comes to, personnel and hiring. But with that said, the creativity, the hustle of the American small business community continues. We're obviously the engine that drives the American economy. So, anything we can get from this administration, our elected officials, in terms of help would be fantastic.
Now, you mentioned our economy has two realities. Can you explain what you mean by that?
There are some key metrics that we look at as a business association that are trending definitely in the right direction. But stubbornly, there's a mood amongst the American small business community. There's a sense of foreboding, and while we haven't hit the recession that some thought might come about, I think we're going to come in for a soft landing, which is great. The optimism that one would expect with these kinds of metrics simply isn't there. I think to some extent, the Biden administration should be doing a much better job of touting these wins, of talking about these metrics that, frankly, are critically important for the American economy and certainly for American small businesses.
Well, Javier Palomares, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Chris. Appreciate it.